Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something both fascinating and incredibly practical. How to create an undeniable presence that draws women in effortlessly just by sitting next to them. The wisdom of the ancient Stoics wasn't just about enduring hardship or suppressing emotions. It was about mastering oneself, understanding human nature, and cultivating an unshakable presence. And when it comes to attraction, that presence is everything. True confidence isn't about flashy words or grand gestures. It's about the subtle yet powerful way you carry yourself, the energy you exude, and the comfort you create in your presence. In this video, we'll explore how a man's composure, body language, and emotional state can transform a simple moment of sitting next to a woman into something magnetic. This isn't just about physical proximity, it's about psychological closeness, unspoken chemistry, and the kind of silent communication that builds deep attraction. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to master this dynamic using principles rooted in self-discipline, emotional intelligence, and an awareness of the female perspective. So, stick around, watch until the end, and let's break it all down together. 1. The power of sitting close. Attraction is often thought of as something grand, a sweeping gesture, a perfectly timed phrase, an intense gaze that captivates in an instant. But in reality, attraction is built on subtle moments, quiet interactions, and the way two people exist within the same space. One of the most overlooked yet powerful ways to cultivate attraction is through proximity. Sitting close to a woman is not just about reducing the physical distance between two bodies. It is about creating an atmosphere of intimacy, a silent invitation to connect on a deeper level. When a man sits close to a woman, he is making a statement without speaking. He is showing confidence, interest, and comfort in her presence. But this simple act is also a test of awareness and control. The difference between sparking attraction and making her uncomfortable lies in how the moment is handled. A man who hesitates, fidgets, or appears uncertain disrupts the energy of the interaction. Women are acutely sensitive to the emotional atmosphere around them. They do not just hear words or see actions, they feel them. If a man projects nervousness or insecurity, she will sense it immediately. On the other hand, if he moves with purpose, if his presence feels steady and sure, she will naturally lean into the moment, drawn not just to his closeness, but to the confidence behind it. Stoicism teaches that a man must always maintain control of himself. In the context of attraction, this means that he must manage his emotions and energy with discipline. Many men misunderstand control as being detached, unemotional, or aloof. But true control is about presence. It is about being fully engaged in the moment while remaining calm and composed. When a man understands this, he no longer seeks validation through his actions. He does not sit close to test her reaction or prove his worth. Instead, he allows the interaction to unfold naturally, confident in the strength of his presence. The way a man positions himself when sitting close is just as important as the act itself. His body language should be open and relaxed, signaling ease rather than tension. A slight lean forward can indicate interest, but it should never feel invasive. Too much eagerness can overwhelm a woman, making her feel pressured rather than intrigued. The key is balance, creating closeness without suffocation, demonstrating attraction. Women pick up on these nuances instinctively. If a man sits stiffly, she will sense his discomfort. If he moves too abruptly, the moment will feel forced. But if he carries himself with quiet assurance, if his posture is natural and his energy remains steady, she will respond not just to the proximity, but to the emotional space he creates. A man who understands the power of sitting close also understands the importance of observation. Women communicate far more through subtle cues than through direct words. A slight tilt of the head, a lingering glance, a playful touch to her own hair. These are signals of interest. If she mirrors his posture, leans in slightly, or maintains eye contact, she is subconsciously inviting more closeness. But if she pulls away, crosses her arms, or avoids looking directly at him, she is signaling discomfort. A perceptive man recognizes these cues and adjusts accordingly. He does not force connection. He reads the moment and responds with confidence. The ability to interpret and respect a woman's nonverbal signals is what separates an attractive man from one who is simply trying too hard. But the true essence of attraction goes beyond just sitting close. It is about what happens in those shared moments of proximity. A woman is drawn not just to the physical space a man occupies, but to the way he makes her feel within that space. Does she feel safe, understood, intrigued? The power of sitting close is not in the act itself, but in the emotional energy it carries. A man who can create an unspoken connection, who can make her feel seen and understood without a word, builds an attraction that lingers beyond the moment. In the end, attraction is not about tactics or rehearsed lines. It is about presence, confidence, and the ability to create a space where a woman feels naturally drawn in. Mastering the art of sitting close is about understanding that connection is built in the quiet moments, in the way two people exist together in the same space. It is about recognizing that attraction is not something to be forced, but something to be invited, nurtured, and allowed to unfold on its own. And when a man truly understands this, he no longer chases attraction, it comes to him effortlessly. 2. Maintaining a woman's interest. Attracting a woman's attention is one thing, but keeping her engaged, emotionally, mentally, and even physically, is what truly sets a man apart. Many men assume that once they have initiated a connection, the work is done. They believe that a well-placed compliment, an impressive story, or even physical attraction alone will be enough to maintain her interest. But the reality is, women are drawn to men who can stimulate their thoughts and emotions in a way that feels natural, engaging, and, most importantly, effortless. A woman does not stay interested because a man is constantly entertaining her with extravagant tales or excessive flattery. She stays engaged when she feels a sense of connection, when the conversation flows easily, when she laughs without thinking, and when she feels understood without needing to explain herself. This is why a man's ability to create an emotionally stimulating environment is far more valuable than any external qualities he might possess. His presence should not feel like a performance. It should feel like an experience she does not want to end. A crucial mistake many men make is believing that impressive stories or accomplishments will keep a woman captivated. While confidence and ambition are certainly attractive, they are not what make a woman feel emotionally engaged. Instead, a man who understands the dynamics of attraction focuses on making her feel comfortable and intrigued at the same time. He does this not by boasting, but by asking the right questions. Questions that make her think, laugh, and open up in a way she does not usually do with others. He teases playfully, creating an atmosphere of lightheartedness and curiosity. He shares personal insights and perspectives that make her see the world differently, not just another generic conversation about work, hobbies, or the weather. Women crave depth in a conversation, but that depth does not have to be serious or overly intellectual. It can be as simple as a shared joke, an unexpected observation, or a moment where she feels truly seen. The key is engagement, making her feel that every moment spent with him is fresh, exciting, and meaningful. If she associates his presence with positive emotions, she will naturally want more of it. Beyond words, a man's body language plays a powerful role in maintaining attraction. Proper eye contact conveys confidence and attentiveness without feeling intense or forced. A relaxed yet engaged posture shows self-assurance and ease. Subtle but intentional gestures, a smirk at the right moment, a knowing pause in conversation, a slight lean forward when she is speaking, create an unspoken connection that words alone cannot achieve. Many men underestimate the power of these small, almost imperceptible actions. But a woman is always reading them, whether she realizes it consciously or not. Flirting, when done subtly and with confidence, deepens emotional engagement in a way that feels effortless rather than strategic. A man who can balance playful teasing with genuine curiosity creates an interaction that never feels stale. He understands that unpredictability keeps things exciting. One moment he is making her laugh, the next he is sharing a thoughtful observation that makes her pause and reflect. This mix of lightheartedness and depth is what holds her attention far more than any rehearsed technique ever could. One of the greatest secrets of attraction is that a woman stays interested not because she is being entertained, but because she feels something when she is with a man. She feels a sense of comfort, curiosity, and anticipation all at once. She is not just hearing words, she is experiencing an energy, a dynamic that keeps her engaged on multiple levels. When a man is fully present in the moment, without trying too hard to impress or control the outcome, he creates an undeniable pull that makes a woman not just enjoy his company, but look forward to the next interaction. The essence of maintaining a woman's interest is not about working to impress her. It is about allowing her to feel drawn to you naturally. A man who understands this does not chase or seek validation. He enjoys the interaction for what it is, and in doing so, he creates a dynamic where she is the one who wants more. 3. Flirting and physical contact. Touch is one of the most powerful yet often misunderstood aspects of attraction. Many men either avoid it entirely, fearing they might cross a boundary, or they approach it too abruptly, making the interaction feel forced. But when used with awareness and respect, touch creates an unspoken connection that deepens trust and attraction without the need for excessive words. A man who understands the power of touch does not rush into it. He recognizes that attraction is built through a natural progression of comfort, familiarity, and subtle tension. Every touch should feel natural, unforced, and welcomed. This is why timing and intention are crucial. A light brush of the fingers when handing her a drink, a playful nudge when sharing a joke, or a brief touch on her back when guiding her through a doorway. These small, seemingly insignificant gestures communicate presence and confidence. They show that he is attuned to the moment and comfortable with physical connection, yet respectful enough to never impose it. The key is to read her response. If she smiles, maintains eye contact, or leans in slightly, it is a sign that she feels at ease. If she stiffens, pulls away, or avoids reciprocating the gesture, it is a signal to slow down and allow more time for trust to build. Many men make the mistake of either not noticing these signals or misinterpreting hesitation as disinterest. A woman's comfort with physical contact is not always immediate, but when a man respects her pace, he creates an environment where attraction can develop organically. Gradual escalation is what makes touch effective. Moving from casual, fleeting contact to more intentional gestures, such as letting a touch linger for a second longer or lightly placing a hand on hers when emphasizing a point, builds a sense of connection without making her feel pressured. It is not about moving quickly, but about making each touch meaningful. When done with presence and patience, this kind of touch does not demand a reaction, but invites a response. A man who masters this skill understands that attraction is not something to be taken, but something to be allowed. He does not use touch as a tool of persuasion, but as a way to enhance the connection already present. He does not rush to the next step. Instead, he lets each moment unfold naturally, guided by her level of comfort. He follows the principle that patience and moderation create a deeper bond than urgency ever could, and in doing so, he sets himself apart. Not as a man who seeks to take, but as one who understands how to give her the space to lean in on her own terms. 4. Whispering, the power of voice. There is something undeniably captivating about a whisper. It is not just the sound, but the intimacy it creates, the way it compels the listener to lean in, to focus entirely on the words being spoken. A well-placed whisper can turn an ordinary conversation into something private, something secret, something charged with unspoken meaning. It draws her into the moment, making her feel as if she is the only one who matters, the only one who gets to hear what you have to say. In a world where voices are often raised to grab attention, where so many men try to impress with grand gestures or excessive charm, the power of a whisper lies in its subtlety. It demands presence. When you lower your voice, it forces her to tune in, to listen more intently. It is not about what you say, but how you say it, calm, assured, effortless. A whisper is not rushed, nor is it desperate for acknowledgement. It carries confidence without arrogance, a quiet self-assurance that makes her feel drawn in rather than overwhelmed. Mystery plays a crucial role in attraction, and knowing how much to reveal and when to hold back is an art form. Many men make the mistake of oversharing too soon, eager to impress or establish common ground. But true intrigue comes from restraint. A woman's natural curiosity is sparked when she senses there is more beneath the surface, when she is given just enough to pique her interest, but not enough to fully grasp. The way you speak, the pauses you allow, the moments when you let silence do the work, all of these create an air of depth and fascination. A whispered comment, an unfinished thought, a glance that suggests more than it reveals. These are the things that linger in her mind, that keep her engaged long after the conversation has ended. Flirting, at its best, is a dance between playfulness and control. It is not about seeking approval or trying too hard to be liked. It is about creating an experience, a moment that feels effortless yet deliberate. A subtle tease delivered in a low voice carries far more weight than a loud declaration. If she insists she is always right, a quiet, amused, "I don't think you've ever been challenged properly," can spark something playful between you. If she talks about a place she loves, a simple "tell me more, I want to know why it matters to you," said softly, can make her feel truly heard. Compliments, when they come, should be specific and genuine. A whisper in her ear telling her that the way she moves is hypnotic carries more impact than a generic "you look beautiful." A well-timed observation about her wit, her laugh, the way she thinks, these stay with her. They are not just words, but reflections of the fact that you are paying attention, that you see her in a way most others do not. Attraction is not about being the loudest or the most noticeable, it is about presence. A man who understands this does not rush to fill every silence, nor does he try to prove himself with grand statements. He knows that the smallest gestures, a glance, a pause, a whisper, can have the strongest impact. He does not need to chase attention because he naturally commands it. And in a world where everyone is trying to be heard, the quietest voice in the room often speaks the loudest. 5. Taking it further. A woman's attraction does not arrive with fanfare. It unfolds gradually, subtly, in the spaces between words, and the moments that linger just a little longer than expected. Many men expect clarity, a direct signal, a verbal confirmation, a bold move that erases all doubt. But attraction is rarely that straightforward. Instead, it is revealed in the smallest of details. The way she maintains eye contact a little longer than necessary. The way her touch lingers just enough to be noticed. The way her voice softens when she speaks about something personal. A woman who is drawn to a man will not always say it outright, but her actions will speak for her. The question is, will he be paying attention? Most men fall into one of two traps. Some misinterpret hesitation as rejection and retreat too soon, losing an opportunity that was right in front of them. Others rush forward, mistaking politeness for interest and pushing when they should have paused. A man who is disciplined in his awareness, who understands the flow of attraction, knows when to move forward and when to hold back. His strength lies not in forcing a moment to happen, but in recognizing when the moment is already there. When a woman is ready to deepen a connection, she will show it in ways that feel natural to her. She will find reasons to be near him, to initiate physical closeness, to prolong their time together. If he is paying attention, he will sense these shifts. The way she laughs at something that was not all that funny, just for the excuse to engage. The way she subtly mirrors his body language, reflecting his presence. The way she asks personal questions, seeking to understand him beyond the surface. These are the signs of an opening, an unspoken invitation to take things further. But a confident man understands that even in these moments, patience is power. He does not rush in, seeking immediate confirmation. He allows the tension to build, knowing that attraction is not a destination to be reached, but a space to be explored. If she leans in when they talk, if her eyes drift to his lips, if she touches his arm lightly as she speaks, these are his signals. This is where he makes the next move. Not with hesitation, not with a question, but with quiet certainty. A slow, deliberate action, a slight reduction in distance, a soft touch, a deepened gaze, allows space for her response. If she welcomes it, the connection intensifies naturally. If she pulls away, he does not flinch. He respects her boundary without disappointment, without questioning his own worth. A man who understands attraction does not operate from neediness. He does not chase, does not seek validation, does not attempt to manufacture desire. He does not see rejection as failure but as information, a sign to adjust, to be patient, to let the moment unfold on its own terms. His confidence is rooted in something deeper, the knowledge that he does not need to force anything. He creates the conditions for attraction, but he does not demand it. He allows her to step into the space he offers, knowing that when she does, it is because she truly wants to be there. This is the essence of control, not over her, but over himself, his actions, his reactions, his ability to remain centered regardless of the outcome. A woman feels safe with a man like this, not because he asks for her trust, but because he naturally earns it. She knows he will not rush her beyond her comfort, nor hesitate when she is ready to move forward. This balance, the ability to lead while remaining attuned to her responses, is what separates a man of value from one who is simply looking for an opportunity. When a man carries himself with this level of self-assurance, When he moves with intention rather than insecurity, a woman feels it. And when she feels it, she responds, not because she is convinced, but because she is drawn in by something undeniable. Attraction isn't about tricks or shortcuts. It's about mastering yourself. True confidence comes from within, and when you carry yourself with composure, self-control, and quiet strength, your presence alone becomes magnetic. Stoic wisdom teaches that the key to meaningful connections lies in patience, emotional intelligence, and an unwavering sense of self. When you sit next to a woman, it's not just about proximity. It's about creating an atmosphere of trust, curiosity, and intrigue. The way you hold yourself, the way you listen, and the energy you project all shape the interaction more than words ever could. Remember, attraction isn't forced. It's inspired. And the men who understand this never chase. They simply draw people in. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed the power of presence and subtlety in your interactions? What strategies have worked for you in creating deeper connections? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content on self-mastery, attraction, and the psychology of relationships. See you in the next one.